How do they feel about you? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia Moksha, here on Mostly in the Moment for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at how they feel about you, and we're looking at the recent past, right now, and in the near future. So we have 3 piles here, and we choose a pile based on the number, the image, or the crystal that resonates with you. Timestamps are below. This is a timeless reading, and I read for all situations, whether you're single, in a relationship, have little to no communication with this person, or are dating, friends with this person, whatever the situation is. I'm going more on my intuition, working with spirit directly in this reading, so I'm gonna do less questions and less prompts and just let the spirit bring through whatever spirit wants to bring through. So I hope it resonates with you, high vibrational, beautiful sisters and brothers. And with that, I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 1 with Hematite and the Dreamer card. We're looking at his feelings for you. Okay, so let's look at his recent past feelings for you. Nine of Swords. Okay, I get an immediate sense of fear. Fear of losing you, fear of the direction this connection is going, fear of facing himself, facing the truth of some kind. Okay, Chiron, yeah, for sure. Chiron energy. Hurt and heal. Chiron often shows you your deepest wounds, your biggest fears, what you need to overcome. So I can definitely see a person kind of facing their greatest fears and hurt in this connection, or like the lack thereof, or they're like terrified of having to face that. Because minor arcana, I don't think it's like crippling for most of you. Your person or your partner, they're not completely overtaken by this emotion just yet. They're still able to fight. They're still able to stand and fight this demon. But this like cute little mouse, like they feel overwhelmed. They feel, you know that feeling you get sometimes where you just like, when you just feel so sad that someone is going through something difficult and you don't want to see them go through that difficult thing, or you yourself are going through something difficult and you're like, you feel bad for yourself. Like it's just kind of this like this sadness of like, oh no, this scared pure young soul, like I just want to hug you, like you shouldn't have to go through that. Even if they're like a 90-year-old, you know, grandpa or grandma, and you see them going through something that's like sad, you're just like, oh, I just want to hug you, get that kind of feeling. And then sometimes you get that feeling for yourself, like, oh, like I don't want anyone to see me in this way, or I don't want to seem like a scared little child or scared little puppy. But they are. Everyone has those moments, even if they don't show it outwardly. So that's how they felt about you and this connection recently. So, whoa, heavy. Okay, so what about right now? How do they feel about you right now? Clarity. This is something that they needed to go through. This kind of mini dark night of the soul, but for the relationship between the two of you. They face their fears. They acknowledge what was wrong or what they needed to work on, or what was right to do next in this connection, and for themselves and for you. This was a really good thing. You know, everyone has to go through dark moments in order for our souls to learn and to grow. So I'm not, you know, I see everyone goes through these moments of just feeling like a helpless little pure soul kid, overwhelmed by the big bad adult things in the world, and it happens to everyone at any age all the time. And this is really helpful that they kind of were able to have the strength to face their fears. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. They've let go of having any sort of attachment to anything in this connection. So having an attachment to you, having attachment to how things should go, attachment to how things, in their opinion, should be, how their future would look like, how things will go between the two of you. All these fears have kind of been at least acknowledged, if not completely worked through, because for some of you, these things are bigger for your person than others. But I feel like for most of you, your person has practice in facing their fears, clearing it, figuring out what to do, and they're doing it. They're facing their fears. They're, letting go of any kind of stubborn thing that they're holding on to that's not helping them. Sometimes we enter connections and relationships thinking that it's gonna look one way, and being very stubborn in wanting what we want in a relationship, or believing it should look one way, or not being open enough to letting things flow, letting things happen. I feel like your person doesn't have those issues. It's just a hard practice for anyone. I think it's just kind of like a normal behavior that they're exuding. It's just, hey, I choose to be with this person, and whatever happens next. You never know where life is going to take you. I mean, I'm going to obviously have my boundaries and stand up for myself and what I want and what I think is right. But as far as the experiences we will experience together, that's part of the journey, is not knowing. So I think they've surrendered to this, and that happens in the beginning of a relationship. That happens when you become more serious in a relationship. That happens when, at any moment, anything in the connection could make you feel like you've lost control of how this connection is going. And sometimes you just gotta surrender to the moment, and surrender to trusting the person, trusting your own judgment, trusting that everything's happening for your highest best good, that everything will work out, that, not everything has to be perfect or the way that you want it to be. And they're definitely seeing that. So what about the near future? How do they feel about you in the near future? King of Pentacles, they're feeling very confident. See, this is exactly why they had to go through that. Again, because of all the minor arcana, this isn't like a huge thing. I don't feel like there's going to be breakups and huge arguments and things being thrown across the room. It's nothing like that I'm seeing. I am seeing, though, that it's an internal battle that they were facing. They had to overcome. It's a small dark night of the soul that they had to face in regards to you, in regards to this connection, and letting go of control more, letting go of maybe how they saw the future going or how they saw the connection going, and just being happy to be with you, happy to be alive, happy to have the freedom to do what they want and pursue in their life. And it's just that kind of feeling of, hey, wait, let me look at how awesome my life is for a second. Let me have some gratitude here. Let me see how awesome pile 1 is. What am I so anxious about? What am I so frustrated about? What do I have an issue with? This is great. Maybe we won't have that much money. Maybe we'll live a different kind of life. Maybe things won't happen in the order that I thought it was going to happen, or maybe life won't turn out exactly as I imagined, but this is pretty awesome and I should be here for it. So I get that kind of feeling, because I do feel like either you or him is a dreamer, or both of you are. And so it's kind of I feel like one or both of you tend to have unexpected things that happen in your life, or happens to pursue unexpected opportunities more often than most people. And so it's kind of like going for a ride. Like, you know, it's like, hey, I hitched my wagon onto this person, and you know, let's go, like, maybe let's go on this adventure, this lifetime adventure. Okay. You're very close to achieving your goal. Yeah, and it came out in reverse, so I feel like it's being achieved in the near future. So I feel like their fear is that hitching their wagon onto you in this connection and this relationship or this next project or whatever this is, because I feel it's some sort of apprehension. So there must have been something that happened recently that made them feel like they need to face their fears on what direction this connection is going. But it's not like they're gonna break up with you about it, or they're gonna completely change their mind about you or the direction that this is going in. It's just something that they had to kind of face within themselves before moving forward with you. It doesn't last long. You know, this is recent past, near future. So this happens pretty quickly, all minor kana. So this is a big deal for them, within them, but this isn't something that you can really see externally in the physical. You might be able to see it because you kind of, like, you know, either talk to them, live with them, or in a relationship with them. And I feel like there's some sort of, like, both of you start talking about, you know, the next step or what you're doing next. So you can see it, but not everyone else might be able to see it, because this is more of an internal battle for them, or internal kind of this upheaval of, you know, fear that comes through because you two are talking about the next step, and that happens anytime there's change in anything in life. But you are very close to achieving your goal, and that came up in the near future. So I feel like because it came out in reverse, you do achieve whatever the two of you were hoping to achieve in the very, very near future. So end of spring, beginning of summer, if you're looking for a time frame, or I'm getting any time between now and the next several months, this is going to be achieved. I feel like sooner than that. So I'm even getting, like, you know, 2, 3, 4 months. I'm getting 3, 4 months. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching this, but yeah, those are the time frames I'm getting. And what you are going to be achieving in the near future is strength in the connection, because I feel like what your person was really kind of the biggest fear in regards to this connection isn't the fact that you're a dreamer or they're a dreamer, and because of that there's, like, less knowing about the future. You know, like, there's people who are very predictable because they like their routines, they like do the same things, and they're easy to kind of understand. Like, they're easy to kind of fit into a schedule and fit into a plan, or know what the future is going to look like. But with a dreamer, with someone like you, beautiful power one, I feel like you never know what's going to happen. Maybe you hold on to a job that has less security. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you do something more in the creative realm. Maybe you take opportunities really that are kind of, in their eyes, a little bit more wild, or in most people's eyes, a little bit more wild. Maybe you're in your own fantastical world. Maybe you're in your own little, like, delusions a lot, your own, like, imagination a lot. You see things from your point of view and you choose not to budge from that, something along those lines, and they're kind of a little bit nervous about that in regards to maintaining the physical home, maintaining the physical relationship. What if I am, like, they're thinking, what if I'm the one who's going to have to take sole responsibilities of the finances of the relationship, the physical responsibilities of the home, and, you know, kids, family, whatever. They're kind of a little bit nervous about that, because it does seem like with pile one, the dreamer here, you might have, I'm getting episodes. You might be someone who has episodes if you have mental health issues, or you might be someone who is very much in their imagination. You might be someone who has a lot of trauma in their life. You might be someone who is an artist, or someone more in their creative line of work. someone who likes to see the world in their way and not really prescribe to other people's view of the world, or not often, or want a lot in life and don't have really practical plans to kind of get there. So they were kind of worried for those reasons, I'm getting. But let's see. I saw 1515, so there is some beautiful positive change coming. Spirit is saying, and you're about to achieve your goals really soon. Let's see Spirit's message for you, beautiful Pile One. Regeneration, yeah. I feel like as your person is regenerating, so are you, and so is this connection. So this fear that they're having, you might be having a slight version of that, but I feel like you're this dreamer. I feel like your energy is so much more lighthearted. I could feel it. It's like a little bit more easygoing, especially in terms of what the change is happening. You might have been a worrywart in the past or a long time ago. You might be someone who struggled with practical things or physical things, financial things, or holding down stable long-term things. You might have an issue with security in your life. But this is not just a transformation from your partners, this is a transformation for you too, Pile One, and for the connection. So the fear that they're feeling is very minor. They can easily fight through it. In fact, they come out like on top. Here we see the King of Pentacles as their energies and how they feel about you and how they feel about how they can handle everything in life and how they're so ready for it. More than ready. Have more than enough abundance, time, energy, love to do whatever they want to do in the relationship with you and in life. So they're feeling great after this little, clearing of shadow things and fears and whatnot, their demons. You are handling it like a champ, Pile One, because I feel like I still feel lighthearted energies from your side, meaning that this upcoming change in the connection between the two of you, that's very positive for the connection, by the way, you're handling it very well. So I feel like you have some practice in handling change. So much so that you are welcoming this change, you're seeing it very positively, and you're reacting to it very positively. It's good for you. You enjoy it. You're almost enjoying it. Your partner might be having a little bit more of a difficult time, but it's not extremely difficult. It's just something they can easily get through, and they do. Okay. And Prince, look at that. Okay. So I do see with the King of Pentacles and the Prince here, your partner is, whether they're male or female, like really, really ready to take on the physical responsibilities of this connection. So they're ready to step up in a really big way. They feel so confident in themselves. They feel confident in the relationship. Things are going really well. They see things from you that you're contributing to the connection that they feel like really good about, but they're like, it's not even necessary because I can do everything, So they feel like they can do everything for you, for this connection. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get an influx of money, or if they get a promotion, or if they kind of lock something down for the two of you that makes them feel so much better about life. Maybe they need to fix something on their car, or maybe they find a new home, or something, they learn a new skill, or they fought this health problem that was preventing them from making some sort of progress in their physical life, and they've overcome it. So for some reason they feel very confident. I feel for a lot of you it's that they feel good about providing physically for the connection. So maybe they had a health issue, maybe they had financial issues, career issues. I'm getting those three biggies for most of you, like 89% of you. For a very few of you, maybe fertility issues and lifestyle trepidations, changing lifestyles, like they were having issues about changing lifestyles, and finding themselves. Yeah. But for most of you, it's career, health, and finances. Male or female. But yeah, with the Prince here and the King of Pentacles here, like, not only do they feel confident in being able to provide physically for the connection, but they're also feeling very confident in the way they look, in the way, like, in the way they feel, because they feel like, yeah, this is who I am. They're feeling confident that of like who they are now and in their role in this connection. Like, they get it. They're like, I figured out who I am. I figured out what my role is in this connection. I figure out like what I'm supposed to be doing. And they feel really confident about you being a little bit more airy fairy, or working on whatever you want to work on. But I do see with the regeneration here, for not just them, but for you and this connection as well, I do feel like you find your role too, because I feel like this energy is a little bit mirrored. This could be a counterpart energy, but both of you kind of feeling you found who you are in this next chapter of your life, and found your meaningful roles in your lives with each other and with others. Really cool, Power One. Yeah. Yeah, I would think it's natural if you see them kind of struggling, kind of keeping to themselves, little lashing out, asking questions, feeling unsure. If I were you, I would give them answers. Listen to the questions they have, give them answers to the best of your ability, and tell them that you're in this with them. You're in the same boat. You're also going through a change, individually and in the connection, and you're excited for it. And yeah, you're happy to see their growth, and to see your own, and to see the wonderful way that this connection is evolving right now. This is a magnificent time for you, Pile One. Like, I would kind of go with the flow at this time. See what happens in this connection, because with the regeneration card, like, I feel like Spirit is saying, like, let your experiences guide you. Let yourselves be in the moment whenever you two can be, and let those experiences guide you, because at this time, I'm getting the next like couple of months specifically, it's going to be very important to your own individual growth and also your growth in the connection. So much so that even in 4 months from now, you might see yourselves achieving a lot of the goals in your relationships and in your own individual lives for a successful next chapter of your life. So, Power One, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful Pile 2, with the red calcite and the creativity card. We're looking at his feelings for you, or their feelings for you. Sorry, this is not gender-based. Okay, so we're going to look at his recent past, current, and near future feelings for you in the Spirit's message. All right, so how do they feel about you at this time? Ace of Wands in reverse. They're feeling really excited about some things that have started between the two of you recently. Capricorn, ambition, realism, and methodical steps. So I feel like they're pursuing something. They might be pursuing you, or they might be pursuing a specific goal for the two of you. So I feel like they've taken some practical steps to making some things happen. I feel like they had some sort of indication that they had a chance at this, whatever this is. So if they had a chance with you, or they had a chance at making this dream happen for the two of you, or some sort of a goal be achieved for the two of you. And so that now they're really thinking things through. Maybe you talked about how you like them, and they're like, oh, maybe I have a chance with this person. Or it could be that they were, that you might have mentioned, or they might have mentioned, starting a family, moving somewhere. making some sort of change in the connection, major change. And this got them excited. This is what they wanted. I'm getting this is initially their idea. They're just excited and happy to know that you're on board and that you want this too. Maybe you're the first person to mention it to them, but this is something that they've always wanted. And they're excited, and so now they're like have like a game plan. They know kind of what to achieve, what to aim for. So they're kind of now like, I'm getting like this image of like pulling out Excel spreadsheets on their computer, and they're just kind of like budgeting or trying to figure out some time frame or making like plans or something like that. Like I'm getting that they're trying to figure out practical steps for the two of you to take to achieve these goals. It makes them really excited. It makes them feel happy to be pursuing this next step with you. Okay. What do they feel about you now? Fertility. Yeah, I literally just mentioned family planning. So I do feel like something might have been whether planned or a surprise, like a project that has just kind of presented itself to the two of you. If it's a child, it's not a project, but like some sort of experience or like life goal or kind of the direction your connection is going into next has presented itself. And before it was just a spark of an idea, and so they were kind of meticulously working behind the scenes. I heard trying to kind of plant more seeds in your mind to kind of get you to kind of be excited for this next goal. It's not manipulative, everyone does this, but kind of get people excited for things that you want and things that you know that they want. It's a shared interest, but they want you to be more excited about it. They're like reminding you how awesome it is every day, sending you memes and texts and videos and whatever. And it worked. I'm getting it has got you excited, and you're more serious about it than you were before. I think you were on the fence about it, even though this is something you've always wanted. I feel like this is something that you were on the fence about. So whether this is like entering a relationship with this person or giving it another go, or having a family with this connection with this person, or having another child, or moving, or taking on a big business, a business idea, whatever this huge life experience that is being presented here, I feel like you wanted it, and then all of a sudden you were on the fence about it for some reason. And so they're working their darn hardest to kind of get you on board again and get you excited about it. And it worked. I'm getting current energies with the fertility. Like, you're like, I'm so on board. Let's do this. Like, if you're this excited about it, I'm excited about it too. It's really worth it to have a partner who is excited about the same things as you, because it really helps you get through more like bigger goals, right? Okay, the moon card. Okay, wow. With the fertility and the moon card, I do feel like for most of you, it's a child. It could be getting a pet, it could be moving, it could be starting a business, but it's something on that level. It's really, really big, something that will take a lot of your energy, a lot of your love, a lot of your blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of difficult nights, but looking at it from the, moment, looking back and being like, oh, this is all worth it kind of experience, right? So yeah, this is something that's so worth it for both of you to be so on board for. I do feel like maybe you were on board for it before, and then you kind of like put it to the wayside or forgot about it or something like that, or like didn't really push for it anymore because you weren't sure you wanted it with this person, or you weren't sure you wanted it at all anymore. And so that's why you were on the fence, because this person wasn't really as excited about it as you were, but now they're kind of showing you and proving to you that they are, and that they're going to be like there for you. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of excitement here, a lot of good feels. Both of you are feeling like really deeply about this next big experience for the two of you. I'm getting like really like you know, maybe even like crying with each other, being so happy and so excited and just feeling your feels. And I'm getting like this image of like both of you sitting on like a porch during like a full moon outside at night and just like talking and just being excited about whatever this is that's happening next for the both of you, and what an experience it's going to be, and how to get started, and how excited the two of you are for this. Wow, that's really cute. I love that for you, pile 2. Okay. Let's see how they will feel about you in the near future. Wow, 2 of Cups in reverse. And show the world the real you. Okay, so because both these cards came out reverse, that for me indicates that this is happening sooner rather than later, and it happens pretty quickly. So I do feel this energy of, I do get this energy of like both of you, like maybe people around you didn't think that the two of you were on the same page or something. Maybe some people didn't think that you two were together, or that the two of you were doing well in your relationship at this time, or the two of you were in a successful relationship. Whatever it is, I feel like the way that people perceived the two of you wasn't the most positive. It wasn't negative. I'm getting like you both have really good personalities and reputations individually and together, but I feel like people didn't know what was going on between the two of you or something like that. Like, and so I'm getting the two of you in the very, 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 very near future, like maybe sooner than you think, coming together, standing together and showing everyone the real you, showing everyone the real pile 2 couple. Being like, hey, we're like a fortified team here. We're on the same page. We want the same big goal. And there's a level of respect that comes from a lot of people. Like, you know, you don't need everyone to give you approval or anything. Like, you know, but there's when you show strength like that as a couple to your friends and family and coworkers and anyone that knows you, even to people that you don't know, random strangers working at a store or something, when you're able to show like a fortified front, whatever the situation, whether it's buying a mattress or going to a holiday dinner, like showing a unified front gives so much strength, exudes so much strength. People trust you two as a couple more, and as individuals also. People at work feel confident in you too. Your neighbors feel confident in having what they perceive as strong neighbors because they are strong in their connections. They're taking on big goals. Look at what they're doing with their life. They're doing a lot, you know. And it's like a lot of times we forget that people do see you differently based on how unified you and your person are, you know. And it's not faking it, having genuine equality between the two of you. And by equality, I mean like literally coming together and agreeing on the role that you want to play in this experience. And feeling like, yeah, that's exactly what I want for you and for me. Both of you kind of agreeing on that. There's a power that comes with it. People trust you more. People like you more. People want to be around you more. And you two can feel like you can be leaders. You have to take on more. You can take on more than the average person. There's a great strength to that. I don't know if people talk about that enough. Okay. So what's Spirit's advice for you, pile 2, regards to this connection? Root chakra. Wow, okay, with the fertility, the red calcite here, the fox, the orange red colors, and the purple blue colors, I do feel like some sort of like I'm getting this feeling of things coming together in the physical. And because things are coming together emotionally, I feel like the two of you, I'm getting with the Ace of Wands, fire, right? The spark of creativity. Both of you have this idea, hey, let's do this crazy big life experience together. What do you say? Are you in? Take my hand. Let's do this together. I trust you. I love you. We can do this. It'll be fun. It'll be hard, but I know we can do it. You have a hard work ethic. I want to work really hard. You're my rock, and I'll be yours. We can do this. Tough times, and enjoy immensely the good times. So there's a real trust there, and it started all with a spark of an idea. The Capricorn here with the earth energy, the moon here, the fertility, another moon, Aquarius, water, Two of Cups. So we have all the elements here. And I feel like both of you needed to get on board with each other mentally, emotionally, spiritually first. And then everything just kind of rains. It just kind of bursts through the clouds from the heavens and manifests for you on this beautiful earth. So pile 2, I really do feel like the two of you really did some work. And it's like, okay, like if you want to buy a new house and, you know, a nicer house in a nicer neighborhood, maybe, you know, both of you can really work harder in your lives and your roles and the connection to kind of achieve that, right? And then save up money or help the other person out more or whatever the situation is. Like, you both kind of choose a goal. Hey, house. We want a better house, better neighborhood. Let's save up for it. That's achieving a physical goal by physical means. This, whatever grand life experience that you two are choosing to embark on now, requires that you are on the same page on everything. Spiritually, like you like the idea, you want this idea, this is your dream and their dream combined. It doesn't work if it's just one person's dream. That's the individual goal that you might want to do as your own individual life's work, as like career or whatever passion project you have that you have your partner support on. Both of you might have your individual passion projects, hobbies, whatever, career that you're like working on yourself. This is some sort of combined dream. Hey, do you really have a spark, a love, a passion for this goal? Both of you do. That's the spiritual part. Are you emotionally aligned? Are you in a good place? Have you healed? You two might talk about some experiences you had related to whatever this next chapter is from your past life, things that you've seen that you can relate to what you're taking on with your parents, with other people in your life, stories you've heard, concerns, fears that you had that you can heal together, that you can express to each other, work on together. Make sure that you both are emotionally ready to take on this experience. Figuring out how each other works. Hey, if you're stressed, how do I help you? Really, at an emotional level, being on the same page with this experience as well. Knowing how the other person works. Everything, okay? And then mentally, planning it out. It's like, hey, we're spiritually, we both want this. This is both of our dreams. Emotionally, we both love this idea. This is a passion of ours. This is something we're going to do with a lot of love, sweat, and tears. We're so ready for. We both are confident in each other as well. That this is something that we want to take on together. And feel is right. Intuitively feels right. Mentally, let's start doing this. Let's tell our friends and family. Let's make some progress first, or take a couple of steps first before telling your friends and family, whatever works for the two of you. Let's, make a vision board. Let's make a plan. Let's make a spreadsheet. Let's make this happen. Let's go visit some places. Let's go let's have our honeymoon, our baby moon, let's plan a trip. I don't know where I get traveling so much, but I am getting some sort of doing some research by actually going to some places, figuring things out, see how other people have done it, things like that. What works for the two of you, figuring out how you two might want to go about it, you know, whether it's similar to how other people have done it, how a lot of people have done it, or how you two might want to do it in a somewhat unique way that fits the two of you better. Yeah, so with the root chakra, I'm getting a lot of things manifesting for you. Okay, and the eagle, and it came out in reverse. Fly high. Spirit, I'm getting from a spirit that, like, you're going to get a lot of physical abundance. You're going to get a lot of physical manifestations, pile 2. Because you're meant to, I'm getting, influence the next generation. So I'm getting, at this moment, it is for the benefit of you and your person, right, pile 2? But this is also going to benefit your family and friends and future generations, your children, your children's children, your grandchildren, and their children. And there's something about setting a good example, doing things right, your stories being shared. It's, I just got kind of teary-eyed. I got overwhelmed with tears just in that moment. Like, what a beautiful image I just got. Like, I'm seeing you gather with your grandchildren around a fire on a nice, like, log cabin-y kind of home or cabin or something. Yeah, but this image of you just telling your, like, children and your grandchildren the stories of, like, how you and your person did things. And it could be other people's grandchildren, or, you know, just people in the community or something. But I do feel a great sense that you will be sharing your stories for a long time to come. There'll be stories that will be shared with their grandchildren too. So these stories that you are creating with your partner, they're going to be shared for a while. I hope you know. Pile 2, that's so beautiful. I can't think of a more beautiful sentiment that Spirit has brought through. That is so beautiful. I can't. Wow. Anyway, I'm so happy for you, Pile 2, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3. The Diopside and the Trust card. We're looking at their feelings for you in the recent past, now, and the near future with Spirit's message for you. So let's get started. What are their feelings for you in the recent past? 6 of Wands. Okay, so victory. They feel successes in the small things. I'm getting, like, in little moments, they pick out how lucky they feel, how lucky they are that there was someone who also hates this one specific vegetable, and that they're never forced to eat it because they understand. Or how lucky they are that you have the same taste in music or movies or books as you. Like, how rare is that, to have the same taste in those things or one of those things? It's like you get to share another language with your person. That's so special and so rare. How special it is that they can make you laugh and you can make them laugh, and that you two kind of share the same sense of humor, that you know how to make them feel better, they know how to make you feel better, they know how to take care of you, you know how to take care of them. In little moments, they kind of, like, feel this kind of energy of, like, I'm so lucky for pile 3 to be in my life. And even the bad moments, because we see the white and the shadow sticks, and it's kind of like this energy of, even when moments aren't good, they appreciate how much better those awful moments are with someone like you. Like, they might have had flashbacks back to exes that they had fights with, or siblings that they had fights with, or family members or friends, and they're like, wow, like getting into a fight with you is so much more helpful, so much more productive and insightful and kinder than fights with anyone else. You know, even like little moments like that they appreciate. When they make a mistake, how you don't like harp on them as maybe someone else might, or how when they're kind of stuck in a social situation, in a public situation, you kind of pick up where they felt, where they dropped, you know, the situation, and make them look better. Things like small little moments like that they appreciate, and they look back at it and just like think like how lucky I am to be with pile 3. Okay, opposition came out in reverse. Imbalance, a point of tension, a point of a power struggle, and it came out in reverse. I feel like they did at one point think that they lacked power in this connection, or maybe you had more power in this connection, but one of you had more power than the other one. Yeah, I feel like there's the power struggle. Okay. I feel like at one point, I think it might be for a short period of time, or maybe it's something that's like very minor, because both of you are, I'm getting good people. I'm getting really good people. So you don't really try to look at power in physical ways, but I feel like at some point, both of you have kind of questioned the power struggle in this connection, and if that was going to be healthy for the future of the connection. But it came out in reverse, so I do feel like that has been put away. I feel like the both of you see power differently. You don't question the other person's power. It just might be a struggle, because maybe the outside world, maybe the physical world out there, maybe not everyone can recognize the power in you, power in them, power in this connection, because sometimes it's more of a quiet power, sometimes it's more a more subtle power, or power in different ways that people aren't used to seeing. So maybe it's kindness or intelligence versus something like physical strength or physical looks, like something that's not so like overtly seen, like something that's not so obvious at first glance, right? So both of you, I feel like, have this understanding that just because the world can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And both of you recognize it in each other, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, right? There might have been issues about this in the past, you know. This is the recent past we're looking at, but I'm getting like past. Power dynamic, power struggle, wishing the other person had more power in the real world, whatever that meant, wherever that looks like. But I feel like that's been so dealt with. There isn't a power struggle between the two of you. Both of you recognize each other's powers, your strength, and nothing else really matters. I feel like the both of you have grown a lot just being with each other, whether that's been a short period of time or a long period of time. Both of you have grown a lot with each other in somewhat short period of time. I'm getting Spirit is saying something. Hold on. Spirit, they're giving me a giggly feeling. This is so weird, random. They don't usually give me giggly feelings, but this feeling of like Like both of you recognize what's real. Both of you recognize the real power within yourselves and within the world. Oh my gosh, the sun just came out. This is like significant. Like something, this energy is like you're God touched. Pile 3. You and your person and this connection is God touched. I'm not even kidding. Like, and it's because you like, I'm getting like, you appreciate God's creation. You appreciate like the way God presented power and strength within each of you, and therefore in the connection. And that makes this connection beautiful. That makes this connection sparkle in the sun. It's like glitter. It's like straight up the shiniest bright thing out there. It's this is like a favored connection by the universe. Wow. All right. Okay, so how do they feel about you now? Lighten your load. That's so funny because I was just talking about how like how much light the two of you shine and how much you sparkle in the world. And I'm getting like the two of you take on so much. I feel like the two of you are kind of energies that look out into the world and see the problems and see people who need to be helped and want to help everyone and want to solve all the problems. And I feel like your person, pile 3, is recognizing that you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to take on the weight of the world to be successful. Okay. 5 of Swords in reverse. Interesting. I feel like some of the things that they have argued with you about, fought with you about, disagreed with you on, was unnecessary. And they're kind of, with this 5 of Swords in reverse, they're kind of realizing that. They've been opposing you because we did say like the good and the bad. And they realized the bad wasn't necessary. Like all the issues that they brought up, I'm getting like check boxes that they brought up, all their like must-haves and their red flags, they were all unnecessary, I'm getting. And they're realizing this now. So pile 3, like I would not be surprised if your person starts to live in the moment more. Maybe they take you on more impromptu dates, send you more impromptu messages, talk about real things, how they're feeling, their wishes and dreams, what the future with the two of you would be like, and want to hear those things from you as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing that a lot right now. Okay, so how do they feel about you in the near future? Page of Wands, they're ready for adventure. Yeah, I feel like they're loosening up their weights. They're loosening up their... You might see in the near future that they kind of are ready to have new experiences with you. So whether that's traveling or trying a new hobby, a new passion project, maybe, even start a new project on their own and they want your support or input. But I would not be surprised if in the near future they want to try new experiences. I'm not getting like big major things, like they're not going to lock down a new house or get married or have kids or something big like that, but like they are kind of curious in an adventurous spirit to kind of discover these things with you. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah, this is kind of like dipping your toe in, kind of getting a feel for this next chapter, this new life. I feel like this is such a transformative experience for them, because them lightening their load, them releasing all the things that were preventing them from having a life better than they imagined, because I feel like they were just kind of holding on to like things that weren't necessary. Like having to do things in a certain way or a certain order, or doing things by a certain time frame, or letting money be an excuse, or letting anything be an excuse for not living life or figuring out who you are and what you want in life, and what your potential could be. I feel like this release of letting go things that don't actually matter, a part of that is also how other people view you, how they view the connection, what's respected in normal society, how people do things in normal society. Because this power struggle between you and them was kind of a mirror of how they viewed the current structures of the physical world, and how they had an issue with it, and a lot of people do, because they view the current structures and they're like, this could be done better. Why isn't this done better? Why don't people care? If other people don't care, then I shouldn't care. But that makes me feel bad about myself. And that just adds on to the knowing that things could be done better, knowing that I could probably do something to make that change happen. And it's just kind of like a what's it called, like a victim perpetrator loop, right? And I feel like they freed themselves from that vicious cycle, and that's like a huge feat in themselves, with something so minor as like them looking at this relationship and being like, hey, some of the things I brought up to fight about in this connection, or that I wanted in this connection, or I thought was red flags in this connection, or that didn't align with what I thought our future looked like, weren't actually important. How I saw people viewing us, viewing me, viewing Pal 3, viewing our lifestyle or changes that we're making, or their judgments, like that all doesn't matter. Or is not as important as I initially thought. I need to lighten my load, and inadvertently that actually leads them to be on this path of figuring out who they are and what they want in their life. They've been doing that for their lifetime. I'm getting Spirit saying this is why this is like a smaller energy of them just figuring out not who they are and what their purpose is in life, but like a smaller version of that, like who they are now and what they want to do in their life now, in this next chapter, right, in this new chapter. So I would expect some fun times ahead, Pile 3, in the very near future, where you and your person kind of, open yourselves up to new experiences, and, let it be inspiring for the two of you to kind of figure out, what you might want to do next, and how you kind of see yourselves now. All right, so let's look at Spirit's message for you, beautiful Pile 3. Sandalphon. Archangel Sandalphon. It's interesting because Archangel Sandalphon delivers like your prayers kind of and your wishes to source energy, kind of like a messenger of sorts, also known related to music, and which is interesting because that's kind of like a really strong way for people to kind of deliver messages to the divine, because it's so when you're creating music, it's done with such intention and emotion and thought and focus, and for an extended period of time, that it is a message, it is a prayer to the divine. So that's why it's like kind of you should be careful, like the kind of music that you listen to and the kind of lyrics that you sing and things like that. once in a while, like, you're in your car, you want to like listen to that one rap song that you listened to a lot back in the day, and I just always set the intention right before I do anything like that, that like this isn't like the intention of this is to just kind of enjoy it and to sing these lyrics, but I don't intend them for myself or anyone else and things like that, because they are really bad lyrics, right? Like horrible. And we put that stuff on the radio and transmit it all over the country all the time, 24/7. So think about that, right? And not just rap music exclusively, but a lot of the music, pop music that we have now too, right? Like think about that. But yeah, Archangel Sandalphon is like awesome. I worked with Sandalphon a couple of times, very, very closely, very intensely. One time, let me see. Okay, I just had to look it up, and it's when I was working with my Earth Star chakra, and it was so crazy because I was like laying down, I was doing I did this meditation, I was laying down, I was like in a meditative state, and then I could feel the energy like come through my feet, like come out of my feet and go into my feet, and that's like some sort of indication that Archangel Sandalphon is working with you. And the Earth Star chakra is like a really big deal. The Earth Star chakra is like the foundation, like your purpose that you kind of plant in the environment, in the land that you're in, and kind of being like, hey, this is who I am, this is my truth, and being like firm and standing tall and knowing who you are, knowing your truth, which is interesting. It kind of goes with the theme of this reading. It's so interesting because we got the root chakra in the last pile 2, and then we also have that the Earth Star chakra is good for like recharging, and we had regeneration in the first pile. So I feel like all the piles are very similar, because like the energy in the collective is usually the same, but like kind of interpreted through people's experiences differently. And so I feel like that's what these 3 piles represent. This is also timeless reading, so energies cycle through. So if you find this in the future at some point, like, don't be surprised if the collective is feeling this at that time too. But yeah, writing music, listening to music is a really powerful way to feel the connection with Archangel Sandalphon and also to source energy. But yeah, I've also heard this like cool message recently. It's like, life is whatever you make it to be, whatever meaning you give it, that's its meaning. And the universe encourages you to kind of find your meaning and supports you on whatever you think and believe, which is why it manifests whatever you think or believe. And yeah, I'm getting this like standing firm in who you are and where you are now and what you want now, because you change as a person, and you continue to change. And so kind of checking in with yourself and being like, hey, this is what I want now, this is who I am now, this is what I want now, and sharing it with your partner. It can be such a powerful experience to actually manifest the things that you actually want. And with like music in this tied into this, like I feel like the two of you really soulfully communicate this to source energy, soulfully connect this, share this with your partner. Even like sharing this with your partner is sharing it with the divine, because you both have divine energies within yourselves, right? So emotionally, thoughtfully, intentionally sharing this with your partner in order to manifest it and let it manifest in the way that's like, in the way that that's for the highest and best good for both of you, in the ways that you wish, want, need, and prefer. Like, that can manifest in miraculous ways. I feel like the homework assignment the Spirit is giving the both of you. And you can see this in the near future when they come out of this, when they lighten their load, they might want to try new experiences with you. And Spirit is kind of encouraging you to kind of do that with them, so you can have these conversations about what you like and don't like on serious matters and more fun matters. Really kind of getting inspired of what you want your life to look like. And the more love you have behind that, the bigger it'll manifest. Wilderness, yeah. Wow, I love this wilderness with this full moon eclipse energy. You get to see like the orange and purple in the moon and in the wolf. It's really cool. Yeah, I do feel like this energy of like just backpacking or staying in a cabin in the woods, maybe for a weekend or for weeks or for months, just kind of seeing the world, traveling to different parts of the country or different parts of the world at different times of day, different seasons, looking at the sky, looking at a lot of natural landscapes. I'm getting a lot of nature vibes here. So being outside a lot, whether you like hiking and outdoor activities and sports and stuff, or just like being around nature, but having more creature comforts, like, or a little bit of both, whatever it is. Like, I'm getting that the two of you are literally going on an adventure, and it might last a little bit. At least a few weeks, if not a few months. Spirit wants you to take this adventure. You'll learn a lot about yourself, specifically who you are now and what you want now, and of your partners, what they want now, who they are now, how they see themselves. It would be really important for the two of you to share these experiences, vocalize with each other with a lot of intention, with a lot of emotion, how you feel about life. What do you want? What do you want to manifest? Both of you figuring it out, being inspired by what you see around you. These are the times to do it. Now is the time to do it, or in the very, very near future. All right, so pile 3, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.